good evening, and if you're from the US, good afternoon. My name is Josh, aka the LuckyBotter, and of course, I am here with SwiftSole on SwiftSole's YouTube to go through week 1 of this season's Supreme. I hope everyone is well. I hope you had a great Christmas, and of course, if you're still in lockdown, I feel your pain. Anyway, what we're going to be doing today is looking at exactly how to set up SwiftSole, resale predictions, and also looking at how SwiftSole did last season. Again, my name is Josh, aka the LuckyBotter, and I will be here with you guys every single week, and I'll be botting every single week with Supreme, and I'll hopefully be able to show you what I get on SwiftSole the week straight after. So let's just take a look at what happened last season. Now, if you don't know what we're going to be doing on this live today, first and foremost, we're going to look at what happened last season. We're also going to be looking at a drop list. So what's coming up tomorrow, what will be dropping in both the US, the UK, and elsewhere. And not only that, resale predictions, and I'll take you through how to set up SwiftSole and some of the features that I'd recommend that you use, give you some tips, give you some tricks, and show you how I was able to get some limited items last season, including that Mortal Kombat machine you see in all of my videos that I'm rubbish at playing. Anyway, so last season, we got over 80,000 checkouts. This included 1,200 or just more of 1,200 of those Supreme arcade machines. Now, remember, the rumored stock is 2,400. So SwiftSole took over 50% of stock if the rumors are true. And if any of you guys did get it, let me know in the comments. And I will be answering some questions as we go along with this as well. But if any of you did get it, you would have probably noticed that on the box, it had a number out of number. So I think it wasn't a rumor. I think that was true. Not only that, but on the Cross BOGO hoodie drop, or the Cross box logo drop, that all the resellers bricked. Thanks for that. We got over 12,000 checkouts in total. So as you know, Supreme has been really adapting to a lot of anti-bot measures recently, or they've been really adapting their anti-bot to stop bots from hitting. And it's bots like SwiftSole that have basically just been absolutely killing it. And not only that, but the ease of having it on your phone. Come on, I mean, it's the only bot I'm mainly going to be running over this time. Anyway, let's have a look at what your questions are. I mean, everyone's going nuts. A load of you have got that Mortal Kombat machine. Congratulations on that. What is the task limit? We will be looking at that, I promise you. Peter got 2 BOGOs on one machine. Absolutely nailed it. When running a bot, do you suggest using Wi-Fi or data? We're going to go over that, right now. So let's go through how to set up the bot. Let's look at the drop list. Let's go for it. So, Mr. Producer, if you can get my phone on the screen, that would be great for me. So what you're going to be seeing is all of the task lists. We're going to be looking at the exact drop list that's going on as well. That seems to have frozen. Give me 1 second. Don't know why. Going to get that off. 1 moment. Let's have a look. It should come up now. There we go. There we go. We're back, everyone. Don't worry. Okay, so first and foremost, on your home screen, you're going to have all your different stats. We're looking at successful checkouts, failed checkouts, etc. Underneath here, you're going to have what did you get last? My Christmas stocking. I didn't get anything in there, by the way. Thanks, wife. Anyway, what we're then going to be doing is going over to our task list. I've already set up a task just to help you guys. But this is where most of the stuff happens, right? That plus that you see at the bottom there, when I click on there, I can create a task. Once I've done that, I'm now going to see everything that's dropping tomorrow. And of course, SwiftSole will release updates just before the drop to ensure that the drop list is concise. And not only that, they will update with resale analysis. Now, some people I do know, and I do apologize, you are having some issues with updating the bot. If for some reason you can't do that in test flight, ensure what you're doing is going over to the social media channels, such as Twitter, etc., and you're clicking on the link there where it will give you a new download. It will teach you how to update the bot. Most people are able to do it. I was fine. But if you're not, don't panic. Don't worry. Remember, join the Discord. Go through your emails. Make sure you're in the Discord in case you need support. But go on to the social media channels and we'll be able to help you there. Anyway, as you can see, we've got a few accessories dropping. I mean, what is that? I mean, if you're buying that, I don't know. I absolutely don't know. I really like the dice. I'm going for the dice for a personal, but not much resale. Supreme Lighter, there's some resale. Let's just go what has mainly got resale, okay? So, of course, we know we've got these rings dropping. Now, the thing is with the rings, as you can see, it's a high retail. For the sake of maybe $30 extra, I don't know. But there seems to be some hype on it, in all honesty. Same with the kite. Again, not much resale there. The bags, No, absolutely not. I mean, I'll tell you what could do well. I think that could be a sleeper, is a sling bag. I know it shows it doesn't have resale, but please don't take this on my advice. But sling bags have been a bit of a vibe for a lot of people, especially in the UK, by the way. This is a UK thing, I think. But sling bags have been the one. It could be a sleeper, but don't have a go at me if you cop it and you can't sell it. All right? But let's go on to the main things that you guys want to see, and that's, of course, going to be the KAWS drop. Now, the KAWS is dropping a number of different decks and a number of hoodies. So this is basically what we see as our box logo hoodie. So give me 1 second and I'll find it. We'll find, there's so much dropping this week. Here we go. So here are the decks. Now, in all honesty, what we usually see with these sort of deck sets, we saw it with the Smurf set as well, is that individually, yes, they have some resale, as you can see, maybe a 50% return on investment. However, if you can get every single deck as a set, that's rocketing up. That is skyrocketing. Of course, I always recommend that you have tasks running for the Air Force Ones every single drop. The reason being is because Supreme is routinely restocking them. However, caveat to that, most of the time they do that on a Friday. So what I'd recommend is have it run in just in case at drop time, because there has been some times where they've dropped it on a Thursday. But every Friday, I'll always have that running in the background. I'll be honest, because it just makes sense, because most of the time they will drop it. Let's try and find this hoodie. Why is it taking me so long? Maybe I'm going the wrong way. Probably am. There we go. Let's go this way. Okay, so the KAWS box logo. Now, a lot of people are quite upset around this, and that's because they're saying that it's not really a box logo. Okay, let me find it and explain when we get there. We will get there. I do promise you at some point we will get there. There we go. The KAWS chalk logo. Now, you can't really see it too well in the picture, but don't worry about that. But basically, it's a chalk box written in, scribbled in Supreme. Now, the reason why this will probably have resale is because not only is it a KAWS collab, but secondly, this is an iconic design from the history of Supreme. Like, there was samples made of a t-shirt with this chalk box logo literally near the beginning of when they was established. I believe 1998, 1999, can't remember what it was. But this is why it should have resale. I know we don't see it as that, but the older generation like me, for instance, will appreciate this because it's less leery than a box logo, first and foremost. And secondly, it's a homage to some heritage. So that is where you're going to find it. So they're the main things that I would probably recommend. You've got your decks, you have got the KAWS hooded logo, and then you've got some accessories that should have some rumored resale. However, the accessories market and accessories have been a bit strange recently. I'm not gonna lie. It has been a bit strange where we think, you know, it's gonna have insane resale and then all of a sudden they tank. Now, there are some caps there, in all honesty, but the curved rims, people aren't really liking. I love the Bowery stuff. So if you have a look at one of the decks, it's got the Bowery graphic on the back of it. I do love that deck, but I don't know about resale. I just don't know. The Paisley jacket, I'll show you this in a second, maybe another sleeper. It could go one or two ways. People either love it or they'll hate it. So I don't know. But if you are trying to find something for a surefire resale, generally speaking, your money's safe in the KAWS decks and, of course, the KAWS chalk logo or box logo jumper. That's going to be where you're finding most of your money, okay? Or most of the resale. Unless you're going for stuff for personal. There's loads of stuff here. So let's go back to that. So we're on that list. There we go. I think the producer, that was it there, producer. I think the producer's going to bring up a picture of it in just 1 second so you can see the design a lot nicer. Now, the colorways that you're going to find are like a green, a yellow, a gray, a pink. I quite like the pink. I'm not going to lie. The black is, of course, a standard black. The purple usually does well. It depends on the type of purple that it's going to be. We've got the red. In all honesty, I think the colors, if you wanted to go for ones that are definitely going to stay in stock, go for your yellows, go for your reds. I think those two colors are going to be the last ones to sell out. The main one to sell out, I believe, will be black, purple, gray. Then close to that will probably be pink and the green. Okay. But if you definitely want to get one, but you want to go for a non-hype color, your red and your yellows are probably going to be the ones to go for. All right. Thank you for that, producer. We'll go back to the phone so we can set up a task, but thanks. So what we're going to be doing, once you've gone in, so again, I'll go back into how we do this. We press the plus sign here, and I will come to your questions. I do promise. I just want to go through this. Once you go into here, you've got a bunch of different actions. But I'm going to show you the one that we're going to be going for first. So we're going to create some tasks. Now, you won't be able to create tasks till you do profiles, but we'll go into profiles in a second. But let's say I wanted to get something, and we're just going to do something at random. No, let's go for the actual, let's go for the decks. Let's find those decks, because everyone's going to want those decks. Let me tell you that. And try and go for more than one. Oh my God, I'm too fast here. I'm literally too fast. 1 second, 1 second. Oh, it's going too fast. I'm just going to click on something in a minute if I can't. Oh, don't worry. We'll be able to find the KAWS jumper now. Okay, so KAWS logo. You click on it. So from here, we can pick quantity. Never set it for more than one on this type of item. It is 1 per person. When we say 1 per person, it's 1 per profile. And I'll explain that when we get there in a second. Color, you can go for random if you really want, if you're not sure which one you want to get. But again, let's say I wanted to just get black. I'd click on black. Size. Listen, generally speaking, the 2 sizes that are going to sell out are going to be your extra large and your small. But you're going to notice a new size on that tag. And that is extra, extra large. I don't know how that's going to go down. I assume that is going to be a hard size to hit. I assume. Because people love an oversized fit. And if you're quite a big guy, you've only had extra large until now. Generally speaking, the last size to sell out is your medium. The one in between is your large. It goes small, extra large, then it goes large, then it goes medium. Extra large, extra, extra large is probably at the top there. Up to you if you want to go random. Luckily, I'm a medium for personal, so I'm pretty easy. So capture mode. This is where those squares that you're going to get at the checkout, where you're going to click to verify you're a human. You've got 2 options if you are on the premium SwiftSole account. This is what I use, and that is AYCD. Now, AYCD is a third-party solver. Down in the description, I've given you a link for a guide on how to set up AYCD. However, please understand, this is a third-party company, a third-party software. You will have to pay for that separately. I believe it's around something like $30, $40 in total. But basically, what you do is you set up your Gmails in there. You then link that with SwiftSole in the settings, which we'll go through in a second, or later on in here, and that will auto solve the capture for you. You press play on them if you've got 1 clicks on your Gmails, and it'll auto solve it. That's all I use. If you haven't got that, if it sounds too complex, you're like, I haven't got time to set up for tomorrow, don't worry, you can do it for next week. Now, don't forget, currently, SwiftSole have got a 50% off premium at the moment, and I believe it's like $1.99 for the month. It's worth actually purchasing it just for tomorrow's drop, all right? Week 1, we know going to be hard for most bots. Bots like SwiftSole are the ones that have got the most chance. Why? Because they're more like human activity and they emulate humans more than other bots. So the Supreme ticket system will be harder to find this one. Okay. So once we've done that, so let's say I wanted to do Capture Harvester. All right. We then pick, is it going to be restock? Is it going to be a drop mode? Always start with drop mode. After a few minutes, when it's no longer getting sizes, then go to restock mode and let it go through that. So give it maybe 2 to 3 minutes, up to 5 minutes. If you haven't checked out, go back to your tasks, change it for restock mode. We're going to do drop mode. Start time is manual. If you want to put a timer in, you can, and then you can just press go. SwiftSole will do its thing. I like to be at the phone. I like to press go. So let's say we save that task now. It's ready to roll. So we've got it now inside of my task list. And I've already done the aluminium dice here. When I'm ready to go, there's a couple of things that I want to get up. First and foremost, I want my harvester here. This is now where the captures are going to be. If I haven't got AYCD, so you're ready to click it. Okay. So now I've got my tasks here and I've got my capture at the bottom there. Now, what you can do, by the way, if you're premium, which is so much better, is double harvester. So now what will happen, let's say I've got a task list of 10 tasks. Rather than having one capture window, I solve it and then a new capture comes, solve it, new capture. With premium, you can have 2 at the same time. Solve that one, 2 more will come, solve that one, because it takes time for them to load in. So I would recommend doing that. Also with premium, what you can do is background mode. This is a lifesaver, especially if you're from the EU and you're getting those 3DS requests. So let's say, for instance, I'm running SwiftSole and Monzo or Revolut or a bank wants me to confirm a transaction. If I click on that background mode on, I can go out of SwiftSole with knowing that SwiftSole is going to carry on running in the background for me. And you know what I've done before on a Friday? I've just let Air Force Ones roll. Just let it run. in the background, plug my phone in, leave it going, see what happens. And I've been able to hit just by doing the background. Yeah. Then on there, you can click auto solve on. You'd have to do that once you've got your access token there and once you've got your API key. Oh, by the way, this will be loaded onto the SwiftSole YouTube after, so don't panic. If you want to go through this again, you will get that chance. Compact mode is pretty cool as well. What you can do is put that on. So now, if you see there's less detail in the tasks, if I go back and turn it off, see there's a lot of detail there. I've got to scroll up. Well, if I've got a lot of different tasks here, it's going to be hard for me to see what's going on. So I might do compact mode. Now you can also change to custom delays. This is basically how many seconds is it going to take for SwiftSole to add to cart and then check out. In all honesty, I would keep that personally just as the preset. Let SwiftSole do its thing. Swift knows this bot and knows Supreme more than most of us. So I usually leave that off. Okay. You can also set up a Discord webhook, which should be in the guides, where basically I can put a URL in there and it will send a success webhook once I've hit to my Discord channel that I've created. Say, I don't know, LuckyBotter's success. You should see LuckyBotter's fails. There's more in there, to be fair. But that's the way we do it. Now, not only that, you've got a load of different things at the bottom here inside of the app to really help you. SwiftSole guides. You've got the contact support button here. The Discord is the main place to go. Now, please, let me urge you, because it happens all the time, right? Don't wait until the last minute to do all this. Set up tonight. Try it, see where you're going with it, and if you've got any questions, or if you're in the US, apologies, this afternoon, and then if you've got any questions, then go. It's going to be hard if at 10:42 you're asking questions to people inside of SwiftSole. People haven't got the time, they're setting up themselves. The devs are probably not going to be able to help you because they're having to keep an eye on what's going on with Supreme, okay? So my biggest bit of advice, it takes 2 minutes to set this up. Honestly, set it up quick, just get it ready. Get it ready after this stream, or do it as we're doing it now. All right. So that's obviously where your task lists are. So I've been chosen apparently for some Adidas Yeezy SwiftSole. Do you see that? I've got exclusive access and I'm going to carry on doing this stream and it's killing me because did you see that? Exclusive access. I never get that. No, don't hide the screen. It's fine. SwiftSole, see this, yeah? But anyway, on there, you can stop all, delete all, you can clear your Gmails, you can add in a Gmail account. The reason why that's good is because if you've got a good trusted score on Gmail, you may actually not get a captcha. It may just allow you to go straight through because you have something called an invisible one-click. So this is what AYCD tries to help you with. Log into your Gmails is basically what I'm trying to tell you on there, okay? You've got Multicart. If you are on the premium version, what you can actually do is, again, only do this for separate items. You can't do this with the same item. I can literally drag one of these and move it into the same cart. So I can have a checkout with more than one item. But, please, don't sacrifice losing a BOGO for the sake of saving $5 to $10 on shipping. Only do a multi-cart on, say, brick items or personal items. Like, I'd do a multi-cart maybe on the dice set, a couple of T-shirts and the kite. I don't know. Something that not many people are going to go for. I wouldn't be doing that on the KAWS hoodie, all right? Or the skate decks. And again, what you can't do for any of this stuff is you can't go with, I'm going to get a green one, a yellow one, a grey one, all on the same profile. It's one item per person, regardless of color, regardless of size. I just want to explain that in case some of you guys and girls are new to Supreme. So how do we get around that? We go on to our billing profiles. It's very simple. So what you've got is your profiles in here. Very simply, what you're able to do is add in your address, your phone number, and your payment details. In order for you to get the same item, but without getting cancelled or without the bot stopping you or Supreme stopping you, you need to have individual profiles, unique profiles. Now, the way we do this, first and foremost, you can get something sent to the same address by doing something called jigging your profile, okay? What you can't do is have it via the same card and the same phone number. They need to be totally different. Use your friends' phone numbers, get out what cards that you've got, or try and find providers that give you virtual cards. In the US, I know some people have been having some issues with privacy cards, so bear that in mind, but you can still try it. I know some people still get success. However, in the UK, we've got Revolut and Monzo. And what you can do is get an iCard, apologies. You can use your bank card in one, use 5 of the Monzo cards, use 4 of the Revolut cards. You've now got 10 cards, so you can now go for 10 of the same item. Hopefully you get 10 of the same item, but just make sure you load your money in those cards. That's another big one. So let's say this was one profile. How much do I need to jig it? It's very simple. First and foremost, the full name needs to be jigged. I've seen it where just one letter is different and it's allowed me to go through. But for instance, I'm Josh, right? So for one profile, I'll be Josh. The next profile, I'll be Joshua. The next profile, I'll be Josh E. So Josh E. The next one, I'll be JOS. I just change it around. J-A-Y. The idea is that, look, if that parcel comes to you, it needs to have your name on it or some identifier that at least on your ID you can show, oh, the retailer might have got my name wrong, but look, here's my surname that's correct or something like that. Just be careful with jigging. Email address needs to be totally unique. Wouldn't recommend using catch-alls. A catch-all is basically, if you don't know what it is, you sign up for a domain and then any email that you put in there to that domain will go. For instance, if I had @luckybotter.com, I could do one @luckybotter.com, 2, 3, up to 1 million, and they'd all come to me, but don't do that. This is usually where you'd find most jigs take place, and that is an address line 1. What you'd usually do is the letter trick, where you can do just 3 random letters in between what you're seeing there. 123 Test Street. So I'd do 123 AAA Test Street, 123 BBB Test Street. Let's say your address was my address, Buckingham Palace, right? Because I'm the Queen. It'd be 1 Buckingham Palace for 1. The next one, 1 Bucks Palace. The next one, 1 Buckingham Place. Things like that. Or Buckingham P or Buckingham PL. You just start to abbreviate things like road, etc., etc. I'm just giving you some ideas here. Now, the reason why I don't recommend doing a total random phone number, and the chance of this is very slim. But let's say you make up a phone number, but that same person has gone and checked out before you and they actually own that phone number. Supreme's going to see that and block you. It's very rare that's going to happen, but just use some friends' phone numbers. Supreme's never called in that number, by the way. You're lucky to get an email, let alone a bloody phone call, all right? So if you can, just do that. And then, of course, it's got to be a separate card. And once you've done that, you can then create all of your tasks with those bidding profiles. Skip bad items, keep that on. It'll basically just skip anything that's not working. Notification, keep that on as well. It's very as simple as that. Now, on here as well, what you can do is mass edit all your tasks. Let's say you're going for one thing, but you want to just change it all to another. You can do that by clicking mass edit. You can also clear the Gmails as well, very, very simply. And then that is near enough your setup complete. So you start with your profiles, go and get them one-to-one profiles. In other words, all unique. Pick what you want to go for by pressing the plus button, going into create task, and finding out of that task list what you want to go for based on personal, based on resale, however you want to do that. Totally up to you. Then once you've done that, we're going to open up the harvester. If you're not using AYCD, the captures are ready to go. I'm probably going to do compact view. If I've got the capture window up there, I'm going to sign in with a Gmail. Then when I'm ready to roll, I'm going to press start all. And hopefully, all comes in. I mean, category empty because Supreme's not dropped. Damn, didn't get it. Yeah? So hopefully we're now ready to roll. Cool. So I'm going to check what questions you guys have basically got and just go through some of the chat here. How many emails do I add? Basically, how many items you want to go for? You need a separate email for that item. Yeah? So if I want 10 items, I need 10 different emails. It's as simple as that. How many BOGO hoodies usually drop per season? Usually only, I believe we get 1 per season of a BOGO hoodie. Usually, unless there's some form of collab, which this is. So there may be a second one. Don't know. I haven't seen it in the lookbook though. That's the thing. What can Americans use for payments? Privacy, you can try privacy, but any major bank, 100%. What's the max number of recommended tasks? Great. This is always going to come down to the phone that you're running. I've got an iPhone Pro 12 or 12 Max, whatever it is. I can do a ton load of tasks. I would say it's always going to come down to how well your phone is actually behaving, shall we say, or performing. That's probably better. It's not a child. It doesn't behave, but performing. If you've got a low-grade phone, I'm not saying low-grade, but maybe a less powerful phone, maximum maybe up to 10 tasks. Okay, but even then you might find that's too much. I would always recommend going Wi-Fi over cellular data because the ping times are always quicker as well. Does the name on the card have to match with the full name? Hard one. It depends on the card provider, because the card provider can decline you. Some card providers don't care, like Revolut Privacy, etc., but some banks do. So just be cautious with it. Don't do a totally different name most of the time. Just jig your name. Most of the time, what they're looking for is the postcode, and your postal code or your zip code can stay the same. That can just be exactly the same. You don't have to change that, or your city. Supreme doesn't do it by postal codes because there'll be more people on your street that may want to go for Supreme. And that's usually what most banks are looking at in regards to fraud. They're looking at your postal code. 12 max, how many tasks? Again, it's hard to say. It is hard to say. Don't go above 15. I would say 20 if you want to be risky. You might be able to do more, but just don't, for the sake of crashing your whole thing, don't go above 20. Anyone else we should go? Anything else? Yeah, there is something. I mean, KAWS is generally the main thing. Have a look inside of that task list. Have a look inside of that drop list, and that will tell you what it is that you should be going for. And then don't forget, there is a 50% off premium for your first month at $1.99 for the month. I'd recommend you do that for the background mode mainly, but also AYCD if you want to do that, but Multicart, etc. I would recommend doing that. Will the Pistol T have resale? Do you know what? Quite a few people are rating that Pistol T. Let's have a look at what SwiftSole has mentioned for the Pistol T. But I know a few people that have rated that. It all depends on the colours, really, right? Like, there are some whack colours coming out, and I don't know what Supreme are doing this season in their colour palette. Like, some good colours are going on non-hype items. Some aren't. The Gore-Tex is trash, by the way. Supreme, what are you doing? No one cares about Gore-Tex, especially those sort of designs. Let's find that Pistol T. It is here somewhere. I think it's right near the bottom. I don't want to go too fast because it just goes crazy. Let's find it. Let's find it. There it is. Shows some resale on there, maybe $20 or so. That natural color is very nice. I do like that. There are a few good colors there, I guess. Pink again. I would say the pink, the natural, the black, and the white is probably your best bet on those. Personally, that's what I would say. How many Gmails do you recommend using premium AYCD? Good question, Nicholas. I've got, I believe, only 4 Gmails, and that seems to do well for 20 tasks. When should I start tasks? Great question. I usually do it around 20 seconds before, 10 seconds, 10 seconds. Gore-Tex is not goated. Trust me, it's not goated. Can we get different items on the same profile? Yes, you can. You can go for different items on the same profile if you want. How do you get more cards for someone 18 in the UK? You can't. Legally, you can't. That's illegal. Reply in the comments. I can't hear or see the vid. So how are you here? I mean, I can't make it up with these trolls. How are they here if they can't see or hear it? But don't worry, it will be, you can't hear me, but don't worry, it will be recorded. You can watch this back. For the AF1 drop, mode or restock mode, I would go, if it's not on Thursday and it's on Friday, just put it on restock mode. Can the billing address be different to shipping address? No, keep it the same. Keep it the same. How does auto jig profile work? Yeah. Basically, unless you're premium, don't use that. And I wouldn't recommend using that for now anyway. It's a bit not too complicated to go into, but you're better off manually jigging the profiles. This is all down to if you've got different addresses and blah, blah, blah. Do I have... One sec. Sorry, Josh, how is your hairline so leng? Are the KAWS decks going to be profitable? Yes, Yusuf, I think they are personally. I think if you can get the set, 100%. This is a 30-year-old hairline. Come back at me when you are 33 and you go through the stress of doing a live cop while I get a Yeezy access. What was it? Oh, God, I have no idea what it is. I'll let you guys know what it is because people are asking me. Israfil. They're clowning me. Israfil. No, thank you. What colour for the BOGOs? I believe for the BOGOs, I'll be going for the black. I'll be going for the pink. And, oh, they're up on the screen. And the purple. I think those 3 are probably the best BOGOs. If you run 8 tasks... Oh, I've lost it. If you run 8 tasks without proxy, will I get banned? Shouldn't do, no. Should be fine. With the way that SwiftSole makes its requests, you're fine. Trust me. Can't answer some of these questions because they're weird. It says a shock drop isn't available in the EU. That shock drop, we're talking about restock. Restock mode is. Restock mode's fine. What app do you... I'm 27. That is looking good. Thank you. See? Dino knows. Dino knows. Best KAWS logo hoodie. I think we've gone through that. I've answered that question. Probably the black is going to be a safe bet. Other than that, don't know. If I want to use one card to buy a deck and another for a BOGO, do I need to jig mine? No, you don't. So if you're buying separate items, you don't need to jig a profile. You can use the same profile, just do different tasks. Don't risk it and basically do a multi-cart on those items because they're the hyped or most hyped items for this drop. I can't answer what the difference is between SwiftSole and SwiftSplash. They're two different products, but go onto our Discord, ask us there, and we can help you out there, sir. Can you use the same Gmail for multiple profiles? Yes, you can. Generally speaking, a good Gmail will get you about 10 one-clicks, and then the trust score goes down. So most of the time, one Gmail will give you 10 one-clicks. Have you guys noticed the hoodie, by the way? Look at the drip. You need to get yourself one. I'm really liking this hoodie. SwiftSole, I need another, by the way. Anyway, Revolut doesn't care with the name. Not always, no. But again, be cautious. Don't be stupid. Like if your name's my name, Josh LuckyBotter, don't call yourself David, a different botter on YouTube who's in the US. Or something like that, yeah? Yeah, so if you're trying to update it and it's saying SwiftSole is not in the App Store, go on to Test Flight. Do you mind putting this up for me, please, Mr. Producer? So you should have an app called Test Flight, and there it is just there. And in there, I should be able to open SwiftSole at the top, or there's an install one there. So I've got different ones. So there'll be different updates. SwiftSole 5 is the one that you want at the top there. That's where you should be able to update and open it, and that's where you're seeing me do it from. If you can't, don't worry, because what you can do instead is go onto the social media profiles, and we've got a link there. You can go to there and re-download it. If you're still struggling, get inside of the Discord, go back to original email, join the Discord, and we'll help you there. We'll support you there. Not an issue. If I run Swift on my phone, can I run manual on another device, or does IP matter with the bot? No, you can still try and run manually if you want. I do that as well. I definitely do that as well. Is AYCD is not a must-have, but it is a very good idea to get if you're really serious in getting multiple items, especially if you're, say, trying to go for, I don't know, 5 of these hoodies. I would recommend it. I would recommend it. I use it, all right? And I pay for it. I'm not sponsored. I use it. Should I do the double capture thing? Yes, if you're doing manual, I would recommend having the double capture harvester on as well, 100%. That is a non-negotiable in my eyes. Couple more questions. I just want to see the main ones. How do I get SwiftSole 5? Well, if you haven't already, do go down below, and we've got the purchase link. Again, don't forget, premium is 50% off for your first month. For a drop like this, it is a no-brainer. Background mode, AYCD if you need it, multi-cart, I mean, for $2. And at any time, if you want to pause it or whatever you can. How do you get virtual cards on Monzo? You sign up to their premium service, and then you can get virtual cards. I think it costs £5 a month, and you can get up to 5 different ones. It's all virtual. It's very quick, very easy. I don't know if the cards cost £1 each. I can't remember, but just sign up to Monzo Premium, basically. I think it's called something else now. Maybe Monzo Metal. I don't know. Check inside of the app. It gives you the upgrade options. Does Harvester... Just put the Harvester up, and the captures will come in there automatically. Yes, you can use the same Gmail for multiple tasks. Good question. Can I use one card for multiple tasks? Yes, as long as it's not the same item. As long as it's not the same item. I think we've gone through that now. Why is the bottle saying retail and resale 48? Because it's got no resale. It will go for less. Every bottle does. That's why. So guess what? Don't buy it if you want to resell it. Yeah, it is the correct version. Can I put my SwiftSole app on another iPhone because my phone is broken? Go inside the Discord. We'll help you there if needed, sir. That's not a problem. Couple more questions. How long can we run restock mode for until we get clipped? It's so hard to determine sometimes. If you're really worried about that, go onto restock mode and change your delays to something like 10,000 milliseconds or 10 seconds, and it should take a long time for you to get clipped, or you should never really get clipped. Some people run constantly on stuff like that. Do you need proxies? Thank you for shouting, Jesse. But no, you don't need proxies. You do not need proxies. Yeah, so just ensure basically you are on the version 2.5.0 in brackets 122. So in brackets on SwiftSole 122. Let's see. Double Harvester should be on Or will it lag the phone? No, that'll be good for you. Put the double harvester on. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more. I'm going to be 2 more. No problem, Jesse. Here we go. Different color. Yes, different color is the same item. You can't go, I'm going to go green, yellow, black, pink. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Can you show us how to set up the BOGO task? Yeah, I guess I can. Easy. James, do you mind putting the thing back on for me? Is that all right? I'm just going to set up one of the tasks for them. Thank you. So what we're going to do, we're going to find the BOGO inside of our list here. Again, there's a lot dropping for week 1, so that's why it's taken me quite a while. So there we go. So this is the KAWS BOGO here. Please don't brick this. If you're one of the people that bricks the cross BOGO box, so please don't do it. Please. I'm asking you nicely. If you don't want it, send it back. Or give it to me. I'll buy it off you for retail. Don't sell it for less than retail, for God's sake. Anyway, so this is your task here. 1 quantity. Pick your size. Again, the one that goes quickest is going to be extra large, small, and possibly extra, extra large. Then click your color. You can have random if you want. Up to you. Click your profile, whatever one you're going to be going for. So that's the billing profile. Put either Capture Harvester or AYCD. This all depends on what one you're going to use. Remember, AYCD is that third-party service. You can only use that if you are premium, but you will need to pay extra for that per month as well. Then on that, click drop mode to begin with, and then you may want to change that to restock mode, say 10, 15 minutes into the drop when Supreme just constantly restocks. And then on that start time, you can either put a custom one if you want, so that SwiftSole, and obviously you've got to start the tasks, but SwiftSole will start 10 seconds before. I generally recommend starting maybe 30 to 20 seconds before, just in case sometimes Supreme loads a couple of seconds before. We saw last season that it was just a bit afterwards, like they were a tiny bit late to load. And then save task. But look, SwiftSole helps here. You already have a task using that profile for this item. So it's physically impossible for you to get it wrong because SwiftSole has stopped me from doing it anyway. Because if I go back to my task list, I've already got one right there at the top. Okay? You can start all of your tasks at once. All you got to do is press the plus button and start all. Ready to roll. Or you can click on individual tasks and click start. You can clone them. You can do what you want. Easy. Yes, you always have to solve captures. Even if background mode is on, it will tell you, put notifications on, a capture's ready for you to be solved. Answers for AYCD on SwiftSole. I have no idea what the question is, so I can't give you an answer. We do have a guide down below. If you go into the description, there is a full AYCD guide. Going for the red hoodie. Nice. Yeah, I quite like the red hoodie. Nice fit with all black or something. How does Multicart work? How does Multicart work? I'm only going to answer that 3 times question once. So Multicart, basically, what you do, and again, you need premium for this, but if I go onto my Multicart system here, I can drag tasks and put them all in the same cart. I've already done that. So I've got one cart with these 2 items. But again, do not sacrifice those items on a multi-cart for the sake of saving some shipping. Because by the time SwiftSole grabs the aluminium dice, then the BOGO, it's all about speed, right? Don't risk it. If you're going for things like the KAWS logo, box logo, don't risk it. Just go for that on its own, in its own cart. If you're going for a few bricks for personal, put that in a multi-cart. What does the bar at the bottom of each item on the task creator tab mean? Yeah, so basically that bar there that you've got, I'm thinking you're talking about that one just below like the aluminium dice there. It's showing you what the status is. It says idle at the moment, but what it will do, it will go through up to checkout. So it's kind of like a loading bar. It's giving you a visual representation of what SwiftSole's doing going through the checkout process. How to add webhook, easy. Go into settings, find where it shows it. Oh, my phone is just, there we go. Then you go and find your webhook from your server. Again, go on to the SwiftSole guide. That will help you there. Create a webhook there. Copy and paste it from the Spidey bot. You know what I mean. And then put it inside of here now in that Discord webhook. Test it and it will send something. I haven't put mine in yet. The reason why is because every time I put something in, people start sending me stuff. So I don't do it. Not until here. But there is a guide. There are guides all on the webhooks, AYCD, etc. Go down below in the description. I've given you all of the guides there. You should start tasks again. I'll say it around 20 seconds before. I didn't buy Yeezys. I don't want no more bricks. Leave me alone. When can you join the Swift? Why can't you join the SwiftSole server? You should be able to go down at the bottom there, join the Discord server there. Just make sure you have obviously signed up to Discord. Go check your email and do it from there if needed. I'm going to do one more. I've already said what time you should start your task. 20 seconds before. Do you think Dice will sell out? I want a personal. I don't know. I don't think they will. They'll sell out, but I don't think it's going to be hard. I think you'll be able to get it. Okay, guys, I think we are near enough there. Again, if you need more information on SwiftSole, do go down below in the description. It will show you exactly what's going to be going on, and it's got all the guides there for AYCD, for webhooks, etc. This video will stay on the SwiftSole YouTube, so you can relive the magic straight away if you need to. Not only that, but the description down below will show a purchase link for SwiftSole. And again, currently, Premium is 50% off for your first month. Of course, you can cancel at any time, but it will give you an idea on the certain functionality that you thought you didn't need until you used it. Guys, listen, thank you so much for joining me today and for allowing me to have your attention. I'll be in the Discord tomorrow just before the drop. So let's hopefully get a load of KAWS BOGOs, whether it's the deck, whether it's the jumper, whether it's the dice. I don't know, the kite. Let's all go fly a kite when COVID's over, I guess. We'll do it together as a team. Why not? Listen, guys, enjoy. Good luck tomorrow. And I hope that everyone hits what they're trying to hit. But again, unfortunately, Supreme is Supreme. There's only a certain amount of items and some people will not hit. But I have faith in every single one of you. Guys, as always, thank you so much for allowing me to have your attention and be lucky.